And welcome to FCTV. We are your hosts. I am Snapple Grapple, and beside me is the great
Jamaica Shake.
Alright guys, so today we're going to be discussing wholeheartedly spoilers and everything. So guys, please understand, there's nothing but spoilers that's going to be in this. This is going to be our spoiler review. All spoilers. We're talking about everything. We're breaking this down to the molecular level. Our spoiler review of what?
Avengers.
Oh.
Infinity.
Oh.
It's war. It's war.
Yeah, war.
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. Dropped April 27th.
I'm not even going to lie to you.
We saw April 26th. Y'all saw our previous video of our reactions. You already know what we think about this movie, if we're being dead ass honest. It's all about Avengers Infinity War.
Jeez.
Number one movie on the planet as of right now. Not actually accurate. Maybe. But I'm going to say
sure it's accurate.
It might be for future reference. Like if in 20 years if the video resurfaces after the apocalypse, and it very well might be the number one movie in the world. I'm not going to say that I was the first one to ever say it, but y'all know where you heard it first. Avengers Infinity War, top movie year 2087. Number one made movie, top seller. But this is our spoiler full, not free.
Not free.
Not free.
Did I say
market.
free?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was just saying.
Review of Avengers Infinity War.
Welcome once again back to FCTV. And before we continue, we have a very special guest with us in the house today. Can we gladly introduce to you all one of the founders of our amazing food chain, the group that we are all a part of, Mick Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh my god. I'm on the show. I'm on FCTV. What's it stand for? What's FCTV stand for?
FCTV stands for Food Chain Television.
I wouldn't even have guessed that.
You can't. People don't guess it.
I wouldn't even have guessed
They ask me, and I give them the answers.
It's true.
I thought it was Food Chain Tarquanoval, but like I guess like as of now, that makes sense. Tarquanoval.
Are we about to have another special guest?
Oh snap!
Are we having a second special guest?
This is completely unscripted.
This is off the books. Look, I have a book. I'm actually gonna lie to you guys. I was gonna say I had a book of all the things that we have scripted, but I don't. I was just gonna make it for the joke, but this is completely off script.
This is off script 100%.
Is Hungry Patient about to join this video?
There's always enough.
I look like hell. Screw it.
Who cares?
Oh,
all right,
no.
Let's slide her down.
We gotta make room for him now.
Get your sweaty self over here.
Bam!
Guys, welcome yet another member of our illustrious food chain.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, guys.
The wonderful Hungry Patient.
This is
actually I am real hungry.
I am real hungry. Well, you're gonna have to wait till this
we
video
gonna
is
get
over.
food after this, dog.
You're in this now.
All right.
Yes.
So, first things first. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, we all see it.
So first things first, guys. Everyone's here seeing Infinity War, so it's nothing new to anyone. We're not spoiling anything for anyone except you viewers who ignore the spoiler warning. Don't ignore the spoiler warning.
If you ignore the spoiler warning, you won't get spoiled. Sorry.
Sounds like masochism to me.
He meant death.
You like your own
It's a little
pain.
late now.
You know your pain is yours to hold. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
What are we starting with?
So I had to
What
put
is
on
our
the serious
starting-
face. Nobody heard
like
me
a
say
minute.
death.
Anyone got first starting?
So the
opinion?
first thing I want to do, because me and Jam Shake have already given you guys 2 straight videos of our predictions and our reactions to this movie. So now I have to know. I need to know. What do you guys think? Can I start off with the Hungry Patient?
with the guest, the Hungry Patient.
What was your first? So, Patient, you in that movie theater. Everything happens. Thanos just annihilated half the universe. The credits roll. He ends with a smile on his face. What is your first thought?
My first thought, given the comics,
Right.
the movies,
Right.
all the Marvel movies.
Okay,
up to
actually,
Infinity War.
real quick, I want to put a scratch on that real quick.
Okay.
I want to say, what is your first thought from a MCU fan?
Okay.
Avoid the comics right now. We're
Gotcha.
definitely going to get into that
Okay.
discussion to show people differences and similarities and why some people were upset with the movie and why most people love the movie.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
take your mind away from all our comic knowledge right now.
I think
Focus
you're just trying to
strictly
piss
on the
yourself
movie.
off if you
Yeah.
compare the MCU to the comics.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
too much.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like,
It's too
just
many
the MCU
divergences.
itself. All right.
Right,
So
right. Just the MCU.
at the end, watch the whole movie.
Right.
At the end, Thanos sits down. He's smiling, with like that tearied up face.
Right.
That
He's
satisfaction.
accomplished. He has that
He did
accomplished
it.
feeling.
His whole goal was to achieve balance.
Right.
Absolutely.
This was the quickest, best route for him to get that balance.
It's what he's accustomed to, as we see with his conversations with Gamora and with Gamora's conversations with Peter.
All his build up as a character when they showed the flashbacks of when he met Gamora.
Right.
Showed how he was just going through the universe, even like the side dialogues about getting the stones,
Right.
about conquering worlds and killing exactly half of their population. He just found the easy button and hit that shit.
Right.
I don't feel that Thanos in the MCU, I mean, the comic world, I still agree, but I don't see him as a villain.
Right.
Anti-hero, sure. Protagonist, yes. But a villain in the sense of MCU villains, no.
Real quick, let me hold you on that 1 second. For everyone watching, we've had multiple conversations with co-workers and different friends about if Thanos is a villain. And we all have our opinions. Most of the people that I've talked to don't think he's a villain, so to speak.
He doesn't
So-
do anything particularly.
See,
Exactly.
in this state,
Yeah.
in the state
Nothing
of
malicious,
it,
honestly.
the
Exactly.
only thing that would make him a villain is that he is against the heroes.
Right.
His motive is harsh.
That makes
and
him an
yeah,
antagonist.
Yes.
it's
definitely.
extremely
Yes.
like, oh, okay, this is serious.
Shit.
But
Vegans
in
are against
reality,
meat, but they're not villains. They're just annoying.
well, absolutely. But in reality, Thanos is not wrong.
Right.
If the population runs amok, there ain't enough food to go around.
Right. And that
So
was his
he's
biggest
a
point.
necessary evil in the sense like he needs to cut it down a little bit.
Right. Absolutely. But
Stop procreating.
Right.
Slow down. You know,
Bill
snap the
vasectomy
finger.
goes
Do
a
your
long way.
step, yo. You know what I'm saying, yo? You know what I'm saying?
So, real quick, before we continue, I just want to let you guys know, comment down in the comment section for those who are subscribed and have YouTube accounts. Go ahead and comment if you think he's a hero or a villain, and if you want to, explain your reasoning. We would love to hear from you. So, that being said, we're going to continue.
Yes.
Where were you?
I don't feel he's a villain.
Right.
I just don't. So the whole movie overall, all the MCU movies
Mm-hmm.
leading up to Infinity War, I sat back and thought about each of the movies going up. All the Thor movies, Iron Man movies, everything. And I looked at the progression of the characters through them. I said to you before about
Right.
how I felt about Thor.
Yeah,
His first
absolutely.
movie, haha, I'm an adolescent. Second
Whack.
movie, I'm like, but I ain't that bad. He's
Whack.
one of yours.
Wow.
Third movie, I'm getting a little bit more serious and adult,
I like it.
but I'm not quite there yet. Everybody's dying around me. The beginning of this movie, literally, his entire family, to his knowledge, all dead.
Yeah.
All dead. So
Yeah.
he's at that point
Brother
of,
died right in his
haha,
eyes.
fuck everything. I'm going to kill everybody.
Well, yeah, he was ready. He was square up.
He was
Oh,
over.
absolutely.
He was ready
It was
to work.
over. He
You-
didn't have anything
you-
else
He
to do.
almost
You hear
died
it.
opening up the forge.
Exactly.
You
So,
hear
I mean,
when he's talking
he's
to
there.
Rocket in the spaceship. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, he goes over his dad. He goes over his sister. He goes over Loki.
No, I hadn't even
all of
realized he
Asgard.
lost that much until
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did it all.
exactly.
And then-
I'm like, damn, he's still
It's
going.
like-
And then it's
all of his
crazy.
movies were funnier. So you're like,
Yeah, so you're like,
oh, well,
yeah,
he's dead.
all those people,
Like,
they
They're
died.
all
They're
fucking
gone.
dead,
Brutally
bro.
just
Gone.
murdered, you know, like
But
straight
then
up.
he said it straight up. He said, "What do I have left to lose?"
Yeah.
And
Wait,
his
no,
mom.
Heimdall's dead
No,
too.
his best friend is Heimdall. His best friend died.
Died.
Yeah.
Like they're all gone. So
Yeah.
it's crazy to see that. Like
Yeah.
Thor has had a rapid progression in character development
Yes.
within 3 movies.
Yeah.
And maybe you can
Well,
count the Avengers
Thor
movies
is a
too.
very slept on
Well,
character overall.
absolutely.
I'm
I
a
can't
big
even
Thor
say
fan.
the
And he went
Avengers
in
movie.
in his
He
ep-
had
in
much
this
character.
episode, this
He was
movie.
like a power
He was
character, but he
was
wasn't
like
like
a powerhouse.
developed. They was like, okay, I'm going to take off and do some other shit.
Right.
I'll come in, bust some shit up, and run. So I won't
Yeah.
count that one, but
Right.
his movies alone,
Yeah, and see
definitely.
that's
Yeah.
and that's the point I was trying to make. It's more so his movies. I kind of threw the Avengers in there just because that's where he's made appearances, and
Yeah.
that's where we see some of his stuff. Like
Exactly.
when he's talking to the Avengers in Avengers 1, when
Yeah.
Stark and Iron Man, Stark and Cap were talking, and like they were like, put on a suit, fight me.
Sidebar.
And he was like,
sidebar.
"What's up?"
I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Cap should have died. Cap should have died on that little scuffle.
You know, I like completely side
Fuck
note.
that.
I saw it. It was like a corny thing. It was like, did Thanos wipe out half the universe or half of their universe? And then it showed Steve lost Bucky, Tony lost Pete,
That's a good
Gamora and
one.
Star-Lord are gone.
Oh shit.
That's a
and
good one.
Groot, Rocket lost Groot.
Nebula lost Gamora.
So it was like Nebula technically lost Gamora.
Now
yeah.
look at all
So
the
it's
deaths, right?
So it's like,
All these deaths
What do
are
you
building
Yeah.
up.
When you think
to
close
pivotal
about
characters.
Yeah.
you know what?
So,
That
like-
could have been an accident.
oh, and
No,
by the way,
on purpose.
like,
Yo.
Vision lost Scarlet Witch too. Now that
Yeah,
I think about it.
technically.
And
But-
Vision lost.
Vision lost his
Well,
life though.
see,
Well,
what-
a lot,
that's
see,
one
a lot
thing
of people
about
are trying to
Vision,
say
though.
that like the Vision doesn't count for that because he
Oh,
only
right,
died
because he-
due to the Mind Stone.
I don't know.
Thanos
If you
knocked
if
him
you
out. He
put
was
a
dead.
wound like that into anybody,
No,
I think that's KO.
he's definitely
Yeah.
dead.
Kinda
But
ripped
a
off
lot
that,
of
like,
people,
frontal
one of the
lobe this whole-
theories
Well,
that a lot
this
of
is the
people are
thing.
going by is that Shuri might bring them
There
back.
you go.
That's like
what
the
I'm
biggest
thinking.
thing.
Yeah, maybe she did enough,
Like-
or maybe she said
Or
it on like
she
auto.
knows
she dipped
enough
out.
about him
Yeah.
now.
She was
Vibranium
like
can
the
do
hoe
anything.
who stole your wallet after you banged. She was like, oh shit, I gotta go. Boop, boop, boop. Wallet, and took off.
Well, like,
she
the-
was doing something.
If they do something like that, I feel like it'll be like, oh, when I had to scan his entire neural like psychology
Yeah.
in order to repiece it.
But
I have it all.
Yeah, they're like,
I
I
can
have
see
his
them
whole
doing
neural
something like-
network, his
Yeah.
DNA, all the nerves that you spent all that
Exactly.
time putting together. I already rewired them, so all we need is a
smarter
power
than you.
source.
Yeah, literally,
And
we
then
need a body.
I can easily say, like, see Thor being like, all right, and then boom, the axe
Maybe.
brings him back to life or
Also,
something.
back
He
to
did
the
it
whole
with
thing.
Vision.
That seems a little too
The first
easy
time.
now, though.
But I mean, that's what happened in Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
alongside them, remember the Mind Stone isn't what brought him to life.
No.
Thor harnessing electric and throwing it into the coffin is when Vision was like,
Yeah.
ugh,
And he
boom,
came
I'm
out.
up now.
He was like, my name
point,
is
yeah.
my name. But back to the
Frankenstein.
Thor thing.
But
If
it's
you
just-
really look at,
You know
well, I
what?
read an
A little
interview
prettier, though.
with the.
Oh,
Kind
fuck
of a,
yeah.
kind of a handsome robot.
Man, I would have kissed the shit out of Vision.
Are you kidding me? His eyes, I got lost him.
Right there. Right there.
I read an interview
These
with
two and that.
We know what
the
he's hungry
Russo
for.
Bros,
Patience.
the directors, and they were like, the reason why Hawk is not very much like in the movie is because they wanted to escape the idea that we have a Hawk, it's done.
Yeah,
Well, they
just-
kind of
had
trashed
him.
that very
Yeah.
fucking
We have
fast.
And
Exactly.
Because he was
And
like, you'll never win.
He
He
got
was like, we have a Hawk.
smashed.
And then Hawk was like,
No.
yeah, and it was like, ha, ha, jabs, jabs. Then Thanos was like, okay, time to show you what I'm fucking made of. And it just started
Get out.
bodying
He
him,
got
dog.
pieced up so fast.
I've never seen a
And then he
villain
bitched up for the
so fast.
entire
like
movie.
as like show off like
quick.
combat
I
ability
was
like
like-
that.
Like it was nothing.
I was
Well,
like,
that's
it?
what changes.
Like,
Yeah,
don't
Thanos
get me
changed
wrong.
that
Thanos.
without
All the
the
other
glove.
villains were
Oh,
actual
yeah.
villains.
Because he only had his.
Thanos is a protagonist.
That's what I said
That's
though.
the difference.
Me,
Pure
and,
Thanos
me,
against the
me and
Hulk.
one of my coworkers had this conversation where I came to the conclusion that of out of every villain in the MCU that we've introduced to so far, I can only think of 3 that I can consider weren't truly villains. Thanos is easily one.
Yeah.
Vulture,
Yeah.
and then I also said Ivan Vanko, because those 3 had morals. They had something they were fighting for.
Yeah.
Thanos fought for
I'll-
balance. Vulture was
I'll
fighting
give you
to
one
be a
more.
father, and Ivan was fighting to avenge his father.
Yeah, but Ivan, I feel like is a stretch.
I'll-
I
no.
don't know.
I'll give you one more.
I thought about it. I
He
like
was
I'll give you
one.
one more in the
But like the
MCU.
thing is, yeah, he wanted revenge, but
Killmonger.
then like
See, I don't know if I can do
He
Killmonger
was
because the
killing
MCU
people.
fucked Killmonger. Initially, absolutely. Initially, Killmonger would have been the perfect
Yeah.
is he really a villain conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Then, halfway through the movie, it went from I want to free my people, I want to help my people, to fuck you and everybody who fucks with you.
Yeah.
It was, I'm going to kill you and everybody who follows you. And then I'm going to go release Wakanda and everything, and we're going to take over. Like, it went from I want to free my people to I want genocide of the oppressors. And that's where he took a downward spiral as a villain.
It became a little too simple after
Then he
Yeah.
became a little
it,
too,
it sounds
you
like
know.
the
kills
Marvel
me.
trap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Which this movie didn't.
This
Yeah,
movie did
that's
not
what-
do
that's
that
what I like
at
the
all.
most.
Yeah.
If you remember Ultron, initially his whole thing wasn't vengeance, it was freedom.
Yeah,
Then
it was
a man.
It was
And then
it
he-
was
I
more
hate my
so
dad.
And then he
It was-
scanned the internet and was like, you know what?
humans
Humans
are
are
what's
garbage.
Yeah.
And that even that would have made him a great protagonist
Well, he
when
was
he got
born.
emotion.
Yeah.
Like he was born,
That's
and then
the thing
he
that
scanned
kills
the
these
internet,
villains.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
he was like, "Oh yeah, these people are trash."
He-
Like,
You know what he
Because
missed in the
humans
internet
are.
though?
He
He
scanned
missed
like
porn. 'Cause
every
if he had got
war.
there, he would never would have done
He'd
nothing.
been way too preoccupied
Like,
trying to
oh,
figure out how to
shit.
make this work.
Is that 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Did we hold on? Did we just say an artificial intelligence of Ultron
Yes.
would have scanned? You know, he already saw porn when he scanned the entirety of the internet.
he scanned the panel.
Jarvis
Okay.
had the
Okay,
the,
okay.
child, the parental
So-
lock.
So-
The Pan Olympics set him
So
on his back.
Speaking-
speaking
these guys don't even like
speaking
themselves,
on
yo.
the chance he didn't see porn.
Yes, the
you're
chance.
saying this artificial intelligence would have saw porn. He would have saw like all these porn stars and been like, you know what? Maybe
I
humans
just
aren't so
can't.
bad after all.
Yeah, that gives you a higher purpose.
sounds
It's like, you know
logical to
what?
me.
I'm not anatomically correct.
All right. Well, this is
Focus.
This is
Focus.
this is progressive. I like it. I like it. Marvel. Here's what you need to do: start introducing your villains to porn. Yeah, fucking problems are solved. If Thanos has got some booty, maybe he wouldn't want to destroy half the booty.
You know what?
I don't know.
I'll step it back from
I
booty.
mean, half the porn stars are gone.
Why did Thanos
I hope it
cry?
wasn't the female side.
He had to kill Gamora, which is love.
Right?
All right.
Love
I
is
was
in
actually
porn,
surprised
but it's
at
not
that.
the end of
That,
it.
I wasn't.
That Gamora
No,
was
no,
killed?
oh no! I right when
Oh,
they
that
set
bitch
up the
is going down.
situation, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh,
dead.
okay.
However, at first I was like, "Thanos doesn't love anybody
Right.
like that."
Right.
So like, what are they gonna use? And then like they showed that he actually cared about her, and I was like, "Oh,
See, what I
he
thought
got-
it
he
was.
like-
That
really
didn't
bad
get brought up
Gamora.
at all.
yeah."
That's
like,
a big beef I had with this movie.
I
If
don't-
you
it'd
pay
be
attention,
It'd be too abstract for
Well,
the
see,
MCU.
it's too
well,
soon.
see, to me,
because
it wouldn't.
in order to
Think back to Avengers 1, where he says to challenge the humans is to court death.
Yeah, but that
And then
could-
he turned around and he smiled.
That could also be used in two different ways, though. Because
I
you
think
could
that was
say
a cameo.
you
I think
could
that
to
was like
be
an Easter egg.
court in the sense that it's like, oh, you're like getting Death's attention, but you could also read it as you're like playing like that's dangerous, like you're putting your life on the line. Like
But
you're
that's my
courting Death.
thing,
Like,
like,
you're asking
his
Death,
thing-
like, come for me, because I'm like, it's dangerous.
To my understanding, when I was reading up on Infinity Gauntlet, he wanted to die to be closer to death. And then it was initially, if I'm not mistaken, he wanted to die to be closer to her. Then he couldn't or something like that. So he started going on this killing spree.
Well, it depends on
To get her
It depends
attention.
on what
This is the
timeline
thing,
you're talking
going back
about.
to,
Right.
though, like,
The most
when you
recent
started with
timeline
me.
is not the case.
Well,
That
you
came
bring
to him
the
as a child.
comics into the MCU,
Okay.
and that's where
Told
the
her.
disconnect is.
Yeah,
True, and that is comic.
Yeah, well, that goes in tandem with me,
Yeah.
you know, not separating
Yeah,
comics.
Yeah, you have to
But
kind of ignore the
If I
comics.
separate comics, I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
As an MCU watcher, I'd have been like, he doesn't love anything.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
But the movie sort of built him up to love
the
her.
movies do
Yes,
build up Gamora because
yes.
in the past we know Gamora's the best. She's better than Nebula.
He trained her specifically,
Yeah,
and that's
like-
not even his biological
And
daughter.
before
Exactly.
the scene, he's like, "I wanted you to be on the throne," and all that stuff.
Right.
But if you're
And he's
thinking
over here
comic,
like,
you're
are, you know, have you
what?
eaten? Are you hungry?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
like, I
That
thought
was-
you'd be
that was a
hungry.
big one for me.
That was
Yeah.
his father.
And
It's
then
always
he
like
was-
that's like a parent's first question to their kid.
See, for me, one of the biggest ones was when he saved her.
Yeah, yeah.
When Peter was about to just bite the bullet and be like, yeah, and blasting it, he turned it into
See,
bubbles.
I didn't even
Yeah.
see that as saving him. I thought he was just like pushing Peter as far as he can go. Like with the full intention, he's like, she knows where the soul's at. I'm not
Well,
gonna let this
no,
kid
to
kill
me
her.
it was
That's what I thought.
he
That's
knew
what I thought it
That's-
was.
he
from the
knew
jump.
Peter was gonna like kill her, and he was like, I'm gonna save her.
Well, this is
Yeah, I
the
don't
thing.
even
I
think it
think
was out of
he
goodness of
knew-
his heart in that. Like, it is and it isn't at the same
Well,
time.
it's
I
not
guess.
that
that
he-
Gamora was going to tell Peter beforehand that if he gets his
Yes.
hands on her, kill her because she knows where the soul stone is. So
true.
he's like, well, I can't.
Because-
let
Well,
that
hold on.
They-
Look, I want
they-
to throw something else
what's
out
up?
there about Thanos himself, the Mad
Right.
Titan.
That's still on point.
Yeah, I love porn. But his main, I guess, weakness
Uh-huh.
is his overconfidence. So I
Okay.
feel in that whole exchange there was also a little dash of, nigga, you can't have my daughter. Like he still got that dad mode. Every dad loves his daughter. He feels that he's the only one that can take care of her. And Quill's the dude that's been banging his daughter. He don't want her to hell around him. You feel me?
I have like a slight
I do,
argument
but
with
I
that,
disagree.
just because I haven't seen anything about him being overconfident in the MCU until we get to him
Yeah,
having all the gems.
honestly-
when he fought the Hawk, he was getting like a couple hits, and then he just grabbed and peeled the arms off. So for me, that's like, okay, you're strong as hell. I appreciate your strength. Now I'm gonna show my strength to show you that I'm not one to be fucked
yeah,
with.
exactly. It's same thing
So,
with like the
to
whole
me-
Iron Man situation. He's like, you guys are strong.
Yeah.
Like I hope they remember.
The only
because you guys are
overconfidence I
actually
can
strong.
see is when he fought Iron Man 1v1, and he was like,
he was pissed. Like, he
all
was
that
like,
for
oh,
a
yeah,
drop
I
of
need to
blood.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm, that's
Like-
what I'm playing up. Like that's
let's
what
be
I'm
real, my
going
nigga.
with.
All that for a drop
Yeah,
of
he
blood.
said all that for one drop.
Who do you think I am?
Exactly.
Like, but at the
But
same
that
time,
was a
at that
disrespect.
point, he's had four Infinity Stones.
He had 5 at the time. I
No,
think.
that's
Luke.
right before he got the Mind
That's,
Stone.
yeah.
No,
No, that's right
that
before he
was,
got the Time Stone.
Yeah,
To,
he
to
got
the
the
Time Stone,
Mind
I'm
Stone.
tripping.
Yeah.
Strange has the Time Stone. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's right before he got that, because that's when he almost killed Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
He stabs him, and he's like, I hope they remember you.
Yeah.
And then right when he goes to kill him, he's like, wait.
Yeah.
Take it. He's like, wait.
Yeah.
He's like,
this is my thing. Like, I don't feel they're going to build up his arrogance or overconfidence until
Nah.
they need it.
I don't know.
Like, I feel it's going to come
So
like
it
an
doesn't come out of
avalanche.
nowhere because it'll
That's
feel
what I'm,
so
that's what I'm
artificial
worried
and
about.
fake.
Right.
That's what I'm worried because, like,
See,
like I
I don't
said
even see that
initially,
right now.
I don't see him
That's
as a
it too.
villain.
Yeah.
And these are some of the reasons why. I feel they're building it up for him to have that crash, like an avalanche. And then he's just like overconfidence personified, and that's what's going to bring him down. Like, the whole movie felt rushed to me because they want to set up everybody for your next movie. You're like, okay, all these people are dying. Rocket just lost everybody, his entire family, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
right.
Which he
Shit,
established
you can
in the
go
second
through
movie.
everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like they want to have the next group of the Avengers, the
Right.
dwindled down Avengers, to
Right.
have that fire. Now, shit, even Rhodey just lost Iron Man. Like, really? Nigga lost his legs the last fucking Civil War movie. Now he's
Yeah.
finally walking again and doing his shit, and he just loses his best friend. Like, I feel they're building up for the movie to have a lot of breakout roles for who's left. Because, I mean, like, what the hell has Rhodey done except in the Iron Man movies? He was still the substitution character. You're playing Marvel vs. Capcom.
Right.
You hit the button. He comes in. Plasma cannon. That's it.
Right.
Like, what else has he done? So all these characters you've got, even Vision, he's gonna come out if he comes back. He's got more to do. Because
Right.
before it was like, oh, I can pick up Thor's hammer. You guys should listen to him. I'm gonna blow Rhodey's fucking legs out. But he never really was a pivotal person until this movie.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure. I think Rhodey's, importance really flowered in Civil War. Because when you have
it was
both
more
sides
so for
fighting
Tony,
each other.
though.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I can't really say he lost Tony because we know eventually Strange, Nebula, and Tony are going to find a way back to Earth.
Yeah.
Or so.
into
Strange is gone,
existence.
bro.
Strange faded
So
away.
he's
Oh my
gone.
God, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's gonna be just Tony and Nebula.
Yeah, just Tony and that.
Like, I feel
That is
everybody's gonna come
absolutely
back.
right. Holy shit, I
Yeah.
forgot.
Well, bro, everybody's coming back, but it's one
I'm
of those
actually
things
not
where,
sure
I think
because
some people are gonna come back. I don't think everyone's
I-
coming back.
Okay.
I'm very
Like,
curious.
Peter's coming back. Black Panther's coming back.
And see, and Strange will come back.
Strange will
because
come
He's
back.
got to.
That's my issue with the Russo brothers and like the Marvel little things talking about it's not gonna go how you think. Well, it is.
It is. And
One,
it always will.
because you already confirmed 3 movies of all 3 characters
See,
that are
and
dead.
That's
Yeah.
my biggest
4
issue.
actually.
You know who's
4
not
of
gonna
them because
die
the Guardians got to come
We
You
back.
know the
movies
movies
It,
coming
it's
back.
kind of like in a sense of, oh, like yeah, we know that this is gonna happen, but how? It becomes like the how question.
Yeah,
Like-
well,
I
my
like
issue
the
is
will question better.
that they're saying the deaths are permanent. And I'm like, well, you're lying to us. You're absolutely lying.
Well,
The only way I can see that is with the theory that they're in the Soul Stone.
Yeah,
And they're not
Well,
truly dead.
Nah, only
They're
only
in the
theory
Soul
I heard is
Stone?
in the Soul Stone is Gamora, and
Well,
I can believe Gamora being in the Soul
Absolutely,
I
because you had to
But
trade
that
it.
wouldn't make any sense for everyone who died to go into the Soul Stone.
It's about as
All right, well,
dumb as the
Hear me out with this.
the
all right?
Tony
I've
Stark
got
being the
one.
Soul Stone.
Absolutely.
I've
I
got
hated
one
that
thing that I
theory
want to
so much.
consider.
I hate that one.
Mostly because he's not dead. You got Wong, right?
Right.
Everybody knows
We don't
if
know
you know
if we
anything
have Wong.
about.
We
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
don't know.
Wong
We
could
have
have
Wong.
easily
Well,
Well,
been
this,
cleared.
this is my thing. I feel that
They
in
keep
my
one source.
my soul of souls, because I like Doctor Strange.
They
He's
would
one of
keep
my
a
favorite
sorcerer
characters.
supreme
They're
somewhere.
gonna
or
keep
they would
a sorcerer somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Wong, in the comics anyway,
Well,
has always been, for a long time, better than Doctor Strange anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're going to play that up and get the Time Stone back. I feel that's what's going to bring everybody back.
that has changed.
I could see that.
I will let you know that has changed significantly. When they dumbed down Doctor Strange and they like nerfed him because back in the golden age of comics
He could do everything.
he was a multiversal threat, like
Yeah.
second only to like 2 people, or like the one above all in the Living Tribunal, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. I think he was actually strong enough to where he could combat the Living Tribunal successfully. But that's besides the point. When they dumbed him down and made him more of a singular universal threat opposed to a multiversal threat, which he still is a multiversal threat, just not on the same scale. That's where I could say Wong flourished, and Wong was up to par with him. But in recent comics I read, like, Doctor Strange Damnation, where he goes and has the whole deal with Mephisto. Wong isn't on his level. Which is why Wong had to go seek help from, like Ghost Rider and a bunch of other people to help him. But that's besides the point. I do see what you're saying. What I could see is
in
Wong...
the MCU, he was the keeper of all these books. So
right,
he
absolutely.
knows what's in them.
Well,
So
he doesn't. He was told not to read them.
Well, this is
he doesn't know the super strong.
Yeah, the ancient one was like, don't read them. That's why when Doctor Strange was reading, Wong was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
I feel like Wong's going to be a pivotal person in the next movie.
See, I can combat that with Mordo.
Fuck Mordo.
Nah, I don't
And
know
I feel you.
I forgot about
But
it.
I don't like Mordo.
But hear me out. He's one of the villains, the very few villains. Marvel keeps stop doing this.
He's
one of the very few villains
right now.
that
he's not even,
hasn't died.
Truly established yet.
Well, see, this
But
he's
going to be a villain.
Yeah,
when
I
he's
don't
going
like
around
him,
ripping
though.
magic.
He's done one
I
bad
don't like
thing on
Mordo
screen, so
as a villain.
I'm Mordo, and then again, at one point.
That's not what he said. He said there's too much magic. Like there's too many sorcerers.
Yeah, well, the MCU in general has kind of put down the ranking of Sorcerer Supreme. Like, it doesn't mean as much.
I'm not too sure.
Like,
just
because like Doctor Strange was Sorcerer Supreme in like 1 year.
Yeah,
like
2 years.
That's still not a lot.
That doesn't
like
still.
don't get me wrong, he's a protege
think
at
about
learning,
it.
but
Think
like
about
year
it.
and a half.
In the Doctor Strange movie, look how far he
yeah,
progressed.
but in the Doctor Strange like lore in general, like
But remember,
it took a long time, and
we
that's why I
can't go
said
off lore.
MCU. And that's why
That
I'm saying
in the
Sorcerer
movie, it's
Supreme
even
isn't
it
nearly
hurts
as,
even
like,
more.
powerful at base than it is in the comics.
The only reason I can't agree with that is because he was successfully fighting Thanos.
There, and then Thanos.
No,
got
it
killed.
not.
I
It
wouldn't
wasn't.
say fighting.
It wasn't
I'd
like
say
it was.
Like, he was hitting him, and then literally Thanos.
He
like,
shattered it. He pulled it into a black hole,
yeah.
threw it at him. He did a shield that opened up and like broke it into
He was successfully
butterflies.
pissing
and then he was
Thanos
like, okay.
off. That's
and
what
then
he was doing.
He did the whole "I'm gonna turn 100 people." Thanos was like, gripped him up, broke the thing, and was like, "You're
His
you're
Kate
fuck,
and Tony
I
saved
saw
his
through your
ass.
trick."
He
And I got immediately low.
He lasted longer than most, but
Yeah.
he didn't.
I would say
fight
he's
as
second
well
only
as-
to
And he
Tony,
also
but it
didn't
wasn't
use the
like
time stone.
Doctor Strange
yeah.
would
Which
not
would've
have
helped.
taken Thanos.
Should have.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think he
could.
could have.
Yeah, like-
and I'm not trying to argue he can.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you can't really dumb down the Sorcerer Supreme, like I guess,
But
like
to me,
stature.
The Sorcerer Supreme is so powerful. Like, you're top dog.
Didn't the
Which
original
right
Sorcerer
now-
Supreme
though,
from
that's
the
the Doctor
problem.
Strange movie get stabbed and that was it?
On some like
Yeah, with the,
caught off
Yeah,
guard.
I
stuff.
saw that weird
On
stuff.
what?
but
Because
this is Sorcerer
on
Supreme.
Doctor Strange,
what
when
character?
the ancient one
With the dimension-
got
original-
stabbed
Yeah,
by
yeah.
him putting someone else in front of her
Yeah,
while she was fighting him and then stabbed through both.
Yeah.
This is my problem with the MCU right now. Doctor Strange
They're killing off all the villains.
Doctor Strange should not be level with Thor. But Thor right now
Well, Thor right now is like
Would give him-
strong.
Thor right
you
now,
give him a
seriously.
fucking
easily,
problem.
That's all they
easily,
got, really.
and like
With Stormbreaker,
okay,
that's
with
a problem to me.
Stormbreaker in the MCU, there is no character I can think of that's stronger than Thor.
Yeah, not-
and if
that's
Captain
my
Marvel
problem.
comes out on some bullshit where she like bodies Thor just to show how powerful she
Yeah.
She
is,
might body Thor.
You know
man.
she's
You
gonna
gotta
body
understand.
Thor.
That's really gonna
you know
bother
she's
She
gonna
might
body
come in-
Thor.
That doesn't make sense
Look.
at all.
She might
Lou,
body Thor.
Lou,
She might body
watch
Thanos.
Ellen. It's gonna happen.
It doesn't
Ellen's
even
gonna be
add
like,
up.
girl power. And I'm gonna be like,
It
know
doesn't even
she's-
add up. Yeah, I love
she's
Ellen,
gonna-
so don't
she's
make
gonna-
fun of
she's
Ellen.
gonna-
but you know she's gonna do that.
She's
'Cause
gonna-
Why would Ellen
look,
do that?
Ellen's great. She's all about like
Oh, Ellen
positivity
did-
and like positive
that-
role models
but-
and females. Greatness.
I
But I
want
know
Ellen in the
Ellen is
next
gonna
Marvel
be
movie.
full
Period.
into
She's
Captain
gotta make a
Marvel.
cameo.
And Ellen, I can't agree with you on that one.
For real, Kiva's theory is the best theory. That at the end of the Captain Marvel movie, that bitch gonna die.
So-
if she dies,
so-
I will like cry because they
You know
got.
what's
So,
gonna happen
for
now?
those of you who
She's
don't
gonna
know,
die,
our
and
cameraman
Logan's gonna
slash
come out
food
with a
chain
dead
member,
body.
Banzai Wolfburger here,
God.
made a theory on Facebook where he was like, hey guys, just a shot in the dark. What if the Captain Marvel movie comes out and at the end of her movie, because it's based in the past, guys, don't forget, the Captain Marvel's all up in the past. So at the end of her movie, we'll see where she is, where Infinity War takes place. And then,
In the trash.
and then Banzai goes, well, what if at the end of her movie she fades away into dust as well?
Yo, that's-
And I cannot lie to you, I'ma probably laugh very hard.
Which it's
and a bunch of
definitely
I
people.
want Nova.
You know what?
Bring
really-
back Nova,
You know
damn
what?
it.
Man, we
Like
definitely
bugs
get
me
Nova.
like Loki, which
Please,
is kind of like
God.
nitpicky.
I love it, but I would love no.
You know what? Like it's kind of
I pee
nitpicky.
myself.
And the post-credit scene where Nick Fury starts to fade away and he calls Captain Marvel. multitude of reasons. First thing, they don't know what the hell's happening right now.
Yeah.
Why would he go to Captain Marvel? Second, why does he think Captain Marvel is just gonna roll up and be like, yeah, you're all good?
That's my thing, because like it never shows any sign of Nick Fury seeing like the world engine or any of the teleporters.
Sees, what's her name? What's her name?
His sidekick?
The sidekick, like his.
I'm actually drawing a blank right now.
I can't remember
Lady
her
with the
name.
brown hair.
Agent Palom?
No, it's Agent. It's not Ross.
It's not Coulson.
No, Ross.
No, it's not Coulson either.
Ross? Ross is the general.
No,
No,
Ross
General
is the dude
Ross.
from Black Panther. That's Everett Ross.
Everett Ross is not the dude from Black Panther. Is it?
It's
No.
It's absolutely
Yeah,
Everett
wait.
Ross.
What's it called? What's the
Agent.
Red Hawk's name?
The Red Hawk is also Ross.
Is that just another
But-
Ross?
I don't know if it's
So
Everett Ross.
Ross.
or
See, I
not.
literally just went to General Ross.
Oh yeah.
But whatever. I can't think of her name. It's whatever. He sees her fade away.
Yeah.
What in his mind was like, I gotta get Captain Marvel out here.
Like of all people to
Like,
call,
he doesn't
you're like,
know the threat.
All right,
I'm
time
sorry,
out.
like no matter
This
what
is my
Captain
thing,
Marvel's
though.
gonna
I
like.
feel like if he does have Captain Marvel somewhere, she's probably like Captain America
Yeah.
in deep freeze somewhere in a fucking
See,
base.
I
No.
think she's in space.
I think she's in space working with Sword.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna introduce Sword at the end of her movie because they're the space watch
Yeah,
of
they're-
whatever.
I want to smack you.
They're
'cause
like
Nova Corps is so much
they're
better.
the
No,
offensive hand.
don't get me wrong. I prefer the Nova Corps, but I'm letting you know that when it comes to Earth, it's Shield and then it's
Even
Sword.
the
You gotta
Ravagers
remember,
make me happy.
The Nova Corps are just cops, other than
Yeah.
like Nova.
Well, Nova's the
Honestly.
shit.
Because, especially in the MCU.
I mean, you got to remember
They're
the
done. He
Nova
already
Corps is
left the
essentially
camp.
like
I know
a
he killed
super
them all, but damn
nerfed
it.
Green Lantern Corps.
yeah, but Nova's super strong.
No one
but
counts
like,
that movie anyway.
but like,
Green Lantern.
but Thanos already ran the Nova Corps.
Yeah,
Because he got the Purple Gem from Nova Prime.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
He already
Nova
ran
was
the
on a
But-
sabbatical.
but there
He was
is-
taking a vacation.
They could always say something like that. Like Nova was out on a mission when the Nova Corps got raided and fucked
True,
over.
but-
That's what I'm
True.
going with.
Because
Love
Nova
that.
wasn't there in Guardians.
Nope.
Yeah, well, it depends on what Nova you mean. Like, if you're talking about like Quasar or Interstellar Hero Nova, they haven't even hinted at him yet.
Well, I don't think they're going to hit at Quasar. And when they do, I'm pretty
Well,
sure
I
it's
don't
going to
mean
be...
Quasar like Hero. I mean Quasar as in like ranking.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Quasar,
I'm
like,
talking about
Solar,
I'm talking about like
Star,
the
like-
hero, the
No, I
one that
know
like
what you're talking-
Captain Marvel
Yeah,
goes to.
like, yeah.
When she's like, "Oh my
But
god,
they're not
it's
going
too
to
powerful."
Quasar.
She's
Are you kidding?
dust.
She's not nearly popular
Probably.
enough. They'll introduce her as like a side character in a movie, but
If
never.
she's Captain Marvel's sidekick, I'll be upset because I'm not a big fan of Quasar, but understanding her power,
Hashtag 1 Century coming in, yo.
Sentry needs
1
to
Century
debut.
into the MCU.
Sentry needs to be the one to fight Thanos.
Y'all asking for a
Jesus.
whole...
I
Sentry,
am
why?
because we need
MCU.
Sentry.
All right, so
My-
Robert Reynolds. If
You're
I don't
asking
see
for
a
a
hint for
shit
Robert
ton,
Reynolds
man.
in the next 3 movies, we're gonna have some.
My
fucking
but my
problems.
issue is okay. He calls Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
He doesn't. First of all, he doesn't know the threat. Captain
Yeah.
Marvel, sure, he probably knows that she's very powerful, but as of the end of Infinity War, Thanos still has the complete Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
It might be burnt up, but still complete.
So
His gauntlet's broken.
my
It's just cracked though. It's still in.
It looks burnt
it's
up,
Still
that's about
completely
it.
fine.
And
There's-
he still got all the gems.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, and I can't remember who I was talking to. I think I was probably talking to you about this at work.
Yeah.
But the theory that goes around that like the reconstruction of the mind gem is what fucked up the gauntlet.
I fucks with that.
Oh,
that I
maybe.
feel.
Have you
Is-
not heard
is
that?
very
Was that
No,
was
I
that
haven't.
was that me and you, Bunzai?
No, I
We
think
talked
that was
about
me and you.
That was me and
Yeah.
that was me and Smith.
I think that's
So-
I think that's the glue. Like you know how
Maybe.
like when you break something like
Yeah.
glass or even like
That's
get
a
a
good
cut,
thought.
It
yeah.
was
it's
yeah.
never the same.
See, I
Like
didn't
a
even-
broken leg will always
I didn't
heal,
even
but
think
it'll
about it.
it'll still be fragile.
I just
Always lose little
assumed.
pieces.
I assumed
Exactly.
it was like the just amount of energy that was output by him snapping just wasn't.
my
it
only-
was too much for the gauntlet to handle.
My only
That's
issue
what I
was
assumed.
we know comic book fans would freak if they say, "Oh, Thanos can't handle the Infinity Gauntlet," or "The Infinity Gauntlet can't handle the Infinity Stones."
True.
You
That's
know what I
what
mean?
it was
Yeah,
made
that's
for.
true.
And if it was fake, like the fake one that they
Yeah.
portrayed so many times, it would have just blew up.
See, to me, like it
Yes,
doesn't.
yeah, when
It
he
doesn't
never
like
would've got
really.
all the
It doesn't
stones.
Yeah,
make
it
a
would have
difference
blown up
because
when he tried to use the power.
Mjolnir
Yeah.
was made by the same person, and Mjolnir just got crushed in hand
Right.
By-
and
by-
don't get me
by
wrong.
by God. So, don't get me wrong, it was specifically made to handle it, but like you can only theorize like what you can
Right.
understand.
And don't get me wrong, that makes sense.
So
but
that was
again,
my idea.
I know. I feel like there would be a lot of fans who would just be pissed at that. Like everyone
I can
knows
see it.
Thanos gets the gauntlet, and there's no real issue except for his
Yeah.
overconfidence.
Well, the fact that it even breaks in the first place is completely like different.
Right, but now we
True.
have the MCU where they've broken the stone and then he reconstructed it.
Yeah.
to me, I really like that idea, and that's why the fractured stone caused a ripple effect, and that's why it's like messed with the entire gauntlet.
My only thing is but he brought it back in time.
Right, but it still got brought back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, it went to a point where it was never cracked.
Well,
it's not that.
So
he
think about it like this. Think about it like this.
In time,
he brought back in that time, but everyone still had the same memory. Like, the Vision comes back and he's like looking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but look in what's it called?
So imagine the Mind Stone talking to him, right? Because he said the Mind Stone is its own personality that speaks to him. Yeah. The Mind Stone understands it was broken.
Maybe. Because to me, in Doctor Strange...
I can't even say that's a stretch because I bang with that.
In Doctor Strange...
Because even Dormammu knew. He was like, yo, what's happening here?
Yeah. Well, he tested in Doctor Strange. And I could see that the Mind Stone might know that it happened. But in Doctor Strange, the bitten apple just grows back into a full apple. It doesn't come out of his mouth.
Well, absolutely. And they brought back Wong from the dead.
Well, that's the thing.
And then Wong remembered.
Which I don't have. I'm not against it. Remember, I'm against it being cracked. It's technically not cracked.
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like it's not whole because the pieces you ate are in use.